Well, I think Dejuan had the best year. He's got a chance to be definitely the Chicago City Player of the Year, and maybe Mr. Basketball. It'll be tough to beat out EJ Lido, but I think if they go to state and win, there's a chance with that. But just a versatile guy. He plays so hard. Has improved his shot. He was kind of an unknown guy. He didn't start last year for them, and he played starters minutes, but they didn't start him. And he's grown a little bit, got a little bit more weight, just playing at a high level. They're number one team in the city. I think number one in the state. So he's done well. Montavious switched schools. I think it's been a nice positive thing for him. The coach is known that they shoot a lot of threes, so he's known for developing three-point shooters. He's really increased his, three-point percentage. He's done a lot of things. They're 29-1, something like that, somewhere in there. They're only they got one loss. The game I went to, they lost, so I'm not sure they want me to come back. But it was a game they didn't play great. But he's continued to grow. I think he's getting near 6'9", if not there. So it's positive. Antonio, he's kind of a versatile big guy. He can really do a lot of things out on the court. He's had some huge games. In fact, Dejuan called me one day. He goes, "How's he getting 45 points, Coach?" And so he's had some big games where he scores a lot. A lot of versatility. The thing I've emphasized with him, he's got to still remember he's a big guy and he's got to rebound and do some of the other stuff. But he has some skill out on the court. So all three of them have had good years. And it's I guess it's been rewarded. That they've moved up in the recruiting ranks.
Fan opinion so many times can be shaped by those recruiting rankings. I mean, how frustrating is it sometimes to have to ride, whether he's in the 150, out of the 150?
Yeah, I don't. To me, it doesn't make a difference till they get here and they play. I mean, I think great examples. The kid at Kansas, they were going to redshirt him, and they took him late, and now he gets 24 points in a game on the road. So. I don't think it really, as a coach, it doesn't matter. Obviously, it brings positive publicity to your program, and, the people want, hey, we got a good player. We got a good future ahead of us. They want to know that. I think, I'll be honest, I'm not sure Dejuan, why he's not in the top 100. He's, you're talking one of the best players in the state of Illinois, one of the biggest states in the country, known for basketball. So, but I don't think a lot of people saw him. He was on the Adidas circuit, and they didn't, their team was good but not great, and so but it's positive for us.
Like I say, Xavier's been so good for you, but he had 2 points in the last game. What is his hunger level coming back for Oklahoma State this week?
Well, I think we're just trying to get him to relax and enjoy basketball and play. I think he's puts a lot of pressure on himself. He wants to do so well. He wants to help the team. Sometimes when you get so tense and so tight, it's not a good thing. And he played tense and tight the other day, and that's why he had 2 points. But he's been unbelievable as far as the defense, the rebounding. He leads us on to play hard. Even the other day, he had, I think 7 rebounds. He had offensive rebounds. He had 12 on the play hard chart, which is really, it means he's really active, doing a lot of things. He just, on the other end, he missed some shots and, kind of it got a little tense. And, so this week we've just talked to him about being confident, positive, finding ways. TCU, when he did have the really good game, he got some lob dunks, he got some layups. Now the three, it's much easier to make it. So I think that's, got to be for him especially, just to, just relax and enjoy it and keep playing. Focus on what you can do. That's playing hard, guarding, rebounding, and let the other stuff come.
Cam right now is top 5 in the Big 12 in both assists and assist-to-turnover ratio. How well is he directing, with relatively cleanliness, your offense
Yeah, I think he's done a nice job with that, and I think he just moved in the top 5 in the history of the school. Didn't he just pass Steve? I think Henson. Maybe I'm wrong. Or no, who'd he pass? Somebody. Kurt Lon, yeah, and then Barry passed Steve in scoring or something. I ran into the UT San Antonio coaches on the road this week, and they brought that up. But so the thing he's got to do is, I told him on Monday, be proud of that. It's a good thing. You just top 5 in the history of school assists, and you didn't play two halves of seasons, and a good run now. And that's something we need. We need somebody to direct us, get us into stuff, especially in tight moments, get it to people at the right time, whether it's against zone or versus man. So it's positive. I've tried to keep emphasizing to him, all guys want to score, but if he continues to do that and make open shots, it's going to help us be successful.
Your struggles against the zone, how much of it was just not making shot, and how much was it an execution issue?
Well, I think if you went back and watched the first 4 minutes of the second half, I don't know if we could have been any more wide open. I mean, there's shots where they didn't even close out because they weren't within 10 feet of us, and we just missed the shots. And then I think what happened after that, then now you got a little bit tense, and you didn't cut as hard, you didn't move it, you didn't flash, you got a little stagnant, and then probably didn't jump up and shoot it like you need to. And it's against zone, sometimes you got to get some interior stuff. We weren't getting much out of Mac. Levi's ankle was bad. It probably needed Dean to get in there, maybe get some inside touches, and but he's one of our best flashers and passers against the zone. So I think it's just a combination of not making shots and then getting a little bit stagnant, and then it just kind of all was a snowball effect and went the wrong way.
Has the response been in general what you'd like to see out of the team?
They're fine. I mean, we dwelled on it Monday and watched it and talked about it, but now it's on to Oklahoma State. That's all you can do. There's just, it's done and over with. You can't change it. We got to get ready. Every game now is huge, and it starts with Oklahoma State, and that's all we can really worry about, getting ready for them. They had a huge win. They're sitting on a week, and we gave them 2.5 days off. We'll see if it's right or wrong, but we have a lot of not only Cam and Dean just making sure they're fine. Levi's ankle, Xavier might have the most things. I think every part of his body he's had treatment on. There's Barry's had his knee has been a little sore. So I'm hoping a couple days refresh them, mentally, physically. Now we'll get back at it the next 2 days and focus on preparing for Oklahoma State.
This may not be a way you look at it, but if you had said before the season, 20 games in, you're 15-5, 6-2, tied for first in the league, relatively healthy.
We're 5-2, I think, but we're tied for first. I would love to have 5-2. I thought we could have been, and we should have been a little bit better in the overall, but we aren't. You learn from it. You move forward, and how you finish. We obviously last year how you finish is really important, and you're right in the race. So it's a crazy race, that's for sure. And I don't think anyone would have predicted us and Baylor being first place at this point. But a lot of things can happen.
Big picture, and I feel like I'm going to be asking these types of questions throughout the rest of the season. But Dean needs 3 rebounds to move in the top 10 in rebounds at K-State, and he would join Bob Boozer and Rodney McGruder as the only players to accomplish that. Just what does that mean in the grand scheme of things? Is being able to be top 10 in both points and rebounds?
It means he had a really good career. There's no doubt about that. I like the rebounding part. Because it was probably one of his big weaknesses coming here as a freshman, to be assertive and physical. The physical part, he's gotten stronger. It's more aggressive. For me, it's just, get healthy, get totally healthy, get in condition, have a great finish. Then all the other stuff, you can have, the pictures on Bramlage, when you walk around, you're going to be up. Barry, Dean, Cam, they're going to be up there. But they're also up there because they won a whole bunch of games and did some special things. So I know for him, he didn't get to be part of the Elite Eight run last year. He did a little. His 4 points might have made the difference against Kentucky. But I'd love for him to not only have the individual stuff, which says a lot of what he's done here, but also finish on a great note.
Is Cartier playing with more confidence right now?
His is just playing intense, being intent, being a sense of urgency, and doing things. When you say confidence, if you got it, go straight line drive, get to the hoop. He's so athletic, make the plays, don't hesitate on the plays. I thought he gave us a nice boost on the offensive end, but he's got to do things on both ends and be a factor. So it's that we'll see how he knows. I think he's watching film now, becoming more of a student of game. It's really important to. If you don't watch yourself, you don't realize what you're always doing.
In what ways do you need more greater output from your bench?
Well, I think when you see when Mike McGurl and Levi, and Cardi, and they give you something, we're a much better team. And not only did we, and especially second half, get much out of our starters, but we didn't get much out of the bench either. Cardi gave us a little boost on the offensive end, but he turned it over 4 times, and so it's they're important, and Mike's had some real nice moments. I think he's consistency and doing it home and away. Cardi, consistency. Levi, his is just he's smart. Last year he had the huge game at Oklahoma State. Those when you have those guys come off the bench and go 2 for 3 and get a couple rebounds, those are all really helpful things for your other guys and takes the pressure off them.
Is Levi feeling better now?
His ankle, we'll see how he runs today. He sprained it Thursday. He didn't practice Friday. We just said give him a shot, and then he couldn't. He had no lift, no bounce, and we rested Sunday. He tried to practice Monday. Swelled up a little bit, so I'll see how he is today.
Ask Cardi about when he's coming off the bench now, if he pays attention to maybe what when he comes in, what you need in a certain situation. He said that's something he probably needs to work on a little bit more.
Yeah, I think it's always harder to come off the bench, but when you look at his minutes, he's pretty close to starters' minutes, and when he's played well, he's 29-30. So. When you're on the bench, if you're a student of the game, you're watching to see, what the other team's doing, what I can, how I can exploit things. Hope it helps you. But I know all guys want to start, but you can only start 5 guys, and I hope so. I think he realizes that whether you start or you're coming off the bench, you got to be prepared and take advantage of that extra 4 minutes at the start of the game to figure some things out.
From a player like Levi Stockard, are you just asking him to give you 10 solid minutes a night?
Yeah, 10, 12, be solid on D, get a couple rebounds, you finish a layup inside. He's smart. He knows what's going on. We know we call something. He knows what we're in. Obviously I want him to keep getting better. I just don't want to limit him. But, if he can do those things, it really helps us.
Has he made some advances as far as defense since he's
since there's no doubt he's worked on his body, being able to move his feet, being able to, he's a guy that'll take charges. His is not blocking shots. It's more taking charges, being in the right spot, reading things, preparation.
Bruce, when you look back at that stretch from Lehigh to George Mason, there was only one time you guys played 2 games a week, and every other one of those games was every Saturday. Did any of what you learned then about how hard to push the team in practice, the time management, does that help now, or is that so far back?
It was different part of the season. When you get practice, you get late January, February, you got to cut it back. They don't want to go 2 days in a row. We tried to spread it out then, but they're pretty deep in the season. One thing I told Dean, he's got to get better shape. He didn't play for a month, and then all of a sudden after one day of practice, we threw him in the game. So, you could just see we pushed the limit on him the other day. 35 minutes, it was too much, and he was, he looked like a freshman, snot coming out and, all white and just kind of sweating and, so it's but he's got to help himself, by pushing himself with Luke. We got a lot of different ways you can get your body in better shape.
I know this is probably less of a concern when you have a veteran team, but is there any concern at all about your team looking too much ahead to a Kansas game on the
I hope we just lost. I think they got a knot. If they don't have a knot in their stomach ready for Oklahoma State, we're in trouble.